Before there were empires. Before there were scholars. Before there were great armies of Islam, there was a man whose name is not revealed in the Qur'an, but whose courage was written into the heavens, a man with no army, no fame, no wealth, just one thing, Iman. His people turned away from truth, his city drowned in idol worship, 3 messengers were sent to guide them, but they were mocked, beaten, threatened, and in that moment, when the truth was about to be silenced, he ran, from the farthest edge of the city, through dust, fear, and hatred, he ran, not for safety, not for fame, but to speak one sentence of truth, a sentence so powerful, so sincere, that Allah recorded it forever in Surah Yasin. This is not the story of a prophet, this is the story of a believer, a man whose final words were heard by the angels, a soul welcomed into paradise, while his body lay broken on earth. This is the untold story of Habib An-Najjar, the man who ran toward truth, even when it cost him everything. Scene 1, Antakya, a city of idols and ego, centuries ago, nestled between mountains and rivers. The city of Antakya stood proud, a bustling center of trade, culture, and influence. But beneath the surface, darkness spread. This was a city where idols filled every corner, statues carved from wood and stone, painted in gold, worshipped day and night. People named stars as gods, built temples for false deities, and celebrated rituals filled with superstition. Despite the beauty of their city, their hearts were hollow. Greed, pride, and selfishness ruled. The poor were forgotten. The truth was silenced. And so, in His infinite mercy, Allah sent them guidance. Not just one messenger, but 3, these messengers came not with swords, but with words. Not with wealth, but with wisdom. They walked into Antakya with a simple message: worship Allah alone. Turn back to your Creator. He made you, He provides for you. He is one, with no partners, but the people, drunk on arrogance, scoffed, "You are just humans like us. Why should we follow you?" They accused them of lying. They taunted them for proof. They threatened them with violence, and still, the messengers replied with patience, "Our duty is only to deliver the message. We seek no reward." Their hearts remained hard. Their leaders felt threatened. The whispers of hatred grew, plans were being made. To harm the messengers. To silence the truth, but in the farthest corner of the city, someone was watching. Listening, and preparing. To act. Scene 2, the humble carpenter. In a small, dusty workshop at the edge of Antakya, lived a man named Habib An-Najjar. He was a simple man. A carpenter by trade. His hands were calloused from years of labor. His clothes were worn. His home was modest, but his heart was full of light. Habib had long questioned the false gods around him. Deep in his soul, he knew the idols were nothing more than stone. He searched for truth in the stars, in the scriptures, in the quiet of the night. And when he heard of the 3 messengers, their call to Tawheed, their fearless stand against falsehood, his heart raced with recognition. This was the truth. He visited them quietly. He listened. He asked. He reflected, and he believed. For the first time, his heart felt at peace, but belief wasn't enough. Habib knew that when truth is being attacked, silence is not an option. So when he heard that the messengers were about to be harmed, his decision was instant. He ran. Scene 3, the man who ran. The Quran captures this iconic moment, and there came from the farthest end of the city a man running. He said, "O my people, follow the messengers." Surah Yasin 36:20, imagine him, running through the crowded streets of Antakya, pushing through merchants, past angry mobs, through the jeers and taunts that he was breathless. He had no army, no weapons, just his voice, and he stood before his people and said, "O my people, follow those who ask no reward of you, and are rightly guided." 36:21 Why should I not worship the one who created me and to whom you will be returned? 36:22 Should I take other gods besides him? If the most merciful intends harm, their intercession cannot help me, nor can they save me. 36:23 Indeed, would then be in manifest error. 36:24 Indeed, I have believed in your Lord, so listen to me. 36:25 He didn't argue. He didn't insult. He just reminded them, with reason, with humility, and with love. The crowd listened. Then it turned. Scene 4, the martyrdom. The leaders of the city couldn't handle his bravery. A poor man, challenging their power, they ordered his death, and the crowd, blind in anger, obeyed. Habib was dragged, beaten, stoned. Each blow struck not just his body, but the hearts of angels who watched from above. He cried not in fear, but in hope. He cried not in fear, but in hope, hope that his people might still see the truth. And then, Allah, in a moment of divine mercy, said, "It was said, enter paradise." 36:26 His soul was taken, and in paradise, as his wounds faded, his lips whispered, "If only my people knew." 36:27 Of how my Lord has forgiven me and made me among the honored. Even in death, his concern was not revenge, but their guidance. Scene 5, the legacy of Habib. The people who killed him perished shortly after, destroyed by a mighty scream from the heavens, as mentioned later in Surah Yasin. But Habib's story lived on. It became a lesson for the ages. He wasn't a prophet. He wasn't rich. He wasn't known, but he believed, and that belief made him immortal in the Qur'an. His story is recited in homes, in masajid, in hearts, across centuries and continents. Habib reminds us, you don't need a stage to be heard. You don't need followers to follow the truth. You don't need power to be remembered by Allah. Ending for parents. Parents, teach your children about courage and faith. Let them know that the most powerful people are not those with money, but those who stand for truth. Children, you can be like Habib. Even if no one listens at first, Allah hears you. Habib could have stayed silent. But he chose to speak. He chose to run. He chose to act, and in return, Allah chose him. The heavens opened for him. Angels welcomed him. He died alone, but woke up in Jannah. Final words, will you run? Every day, the truth is tested. Every day, people are afraid to speak, but you can be a voice, you can be a runner, like Habib, because sometimes, the greatest stories don't belong to kings or prophets, they belong to believers who spoke with sincerity, who walked alone, who ran toward Allah. May we all have the courage to be like Habib An-Najjar. Amin. Jazakallah khair for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Islamic videos. See you soon inshallah in the next video. Allah Hafiz.